There you go.
Yes. Okay, what's up, everybody? This is Beneath the Surface with Kendrick and Bianca today, because I'm in the driver's seat. But we are here to unpack the unseen, one conversation at a time. So, you guys already know Kendrick. He is the face and mastermind and everything behind the show. But today we are going to be interviewing him, not interviewing, sorry, conversing with him. Sorry, I got you. I got you. So yeah, before we get started, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Maybe not comment yet, but like, comment, subscribe, share. I
Like,
did
comment,
it.
subscribe.
Yep,
Yeah.
what he said. He does this for a living. But do all the things, and that way you don't miss the next conversation. But Mr. Kendrick McKnight, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How you?
Good. Can't complain. We got our first kind of serious snow last night. We got like an inch, 2 inches, we'll call it.
Is that
So
normal?
enough to mess up the roads.
That's normal.
Is that normal? No. I mean, before global warming, it was way worse. But now that that's a thing, I mean, we rarely get snow nowadays. And if we do, it's late, like February.
Mm.
It just gets cold, real cold. So yeah, that's what we got last night. With that being said, today, like I mentioned, Kendrick is in the seat, the hot seat. So today I did not send him questions, didn't give him any heads up, just know we're talking about holidays and year-end prep. So with that being said, how was your holiday? How was Thanksgiving? What'd you guys do?
Thanksgiving was pretty good. Went over to my mom's house, ate. The normal tradition for us is before we partake in food, we go around and say what we're thankful for. And yeah, I think I said I'm thankful for life and family. So
Okay, nice. Those are
pretty
good
good.
ones. I was gonna say, what's the typical Thanksgiving look like for you guys? Everybody
Uh,
does Thanksgiving different.
yeah, for sure. I mean, my mom always does the cooking. Um, we we meaning myself and my brothers, we're always like help here and there because my mom is just that type of person. Like she don't like to ask for help. Um, and so yeah, we do our little 2 cents there, and food be ready. Then we indulge.
What's on the menu?
That I ate because remember I'm picky.
What's on the menu that mom's preparing, whether you eat it or not?
Okay, I'm gonna just go with it. What I had. I had ham. That's like automatic. Mac and cheese, collards, mashed potatoes. Um,
That's it.
that's pretty much it. But I think rice and gravy, um, sweet potato pie,
Okay.
stuffing, yams, all the things
Cranberry sauce.
that I do not eat. Excuse me?
Cranberry sauce.
I wouldn't know. I don't remember. I didn't eat it.
Mm. I don't think I've ever eaten it either, but I always remember it being like a thing when we were growing up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What was on the
that's.
what was on the
I had
menu?
two Thanksgivings this year,
Okay, that's a blessing.
so it was a blessing. Oh, so much food. So what do we do? We had lunch slash dinner with my bonus family. So an Italian Thanksgiving. We had turkey. We had sweet potatoes. Um, I think they call it city chicken or something like that. And it's like pork and chicken on like a kebab. I don't eat it. because of the pork. They made a meatless stuffing, which was amazing. Well, there was two different stuffings, meatless and then one with meat. I don't eat red meat, so or pork, so I had the meatless one. Mashed potatoes, gravy. She made some really, really good green beans. I think that's everything. And then there were like seven different desserts. I mean, like two different types of pies, two different types of ice creams, like cookies, you name it, like a lot. Okay. It was great. And then there was espresso, like, cause that's what they do. Um, and then, yeah, so that was the first one. And then I went over to my dad's. He deep fried a turkey, greens. What else did he have? Corn, cornbread. I think that's all I had. I know that there were other things, but I'm again very, very like I like what I like and I don't like what I've never had. So I didn't venture too far out of what I know.
for sure.
So yeah, it was a good day. It was a lot of food. I slept like a baby. And I don't know how I didn't take a nap that day, but I feel like that's a tradition, like a Thanksgiving nap, at least for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. You always nap.
Yeah, I didn't this year. It was interesting.
Uh, I could
So
have had
yeah,
two Thanksgivings. I just decided not to go.
why?
My dad's mom's side had a family reunion, but I decided not to go because
I get it.
you know, childhood stuff. But you know,
Get it.
it is what it is.
Okay. So, are you done Christmas shopping?
Who said
Did you
I
start?
got?
Huh?
Who said I got started?
I was gonna say, did you start?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Yeah, I'm not.
Have you?
I tell myself every year I'm gonna be the person that gets all their Christmas shopping done in like June, July, and then fast forward to like 2 days before Christmas, and it's like, what did you say you wanted again? I
It's called
would like to what?
it's called writing it down, or
No, because people's like they change. That's why you just give people money or gift cards and then let them choose what they use it for.
I feel like that's a cheat way out. Oh, just here you go.
Yeah, I thought of you this much. Love you so much. But I like to split it up though. I do like half for like one thing and then half for another. So it's like usually like entertainment related or travel related and then like food related
Yeah,
or clothes. It's like my bonus dad, I usually get him like a Nike or an Adidas gift card and then something food related, like little fast casual places he likes to go to often.
yeah.
That's what I
What's the
get
best
him.
gift you ever gotten for Christmas?
What was the best gift I've ever gotten?
Yeah.
Whew. I don't know. Last year's gifts were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think that gifts are just amazing anyway. So I don't know. Like, of course, probably something I got as a kid, like a Barbie dream house. But as an adult, I don't know. My gifts last year were pretty good. I got actually this hoodie. My mom got it for me. She got me two hoodies. She got me some socks because she knows I love socks. She got me like a little Polaroid camera, um, a calendar, and something else, like some like hand sanitizer and lotions. And I think she gave me cash too.
Mm,
And then I also got a walking treadmill last year for Christmas. Kind of spoke that into existence. Um, but yeah, last year's Christmas gifts were pretty solid. I was just thinking about what I would want this year. I really just want Nike socks. Like
yeah.
that's it. Nike socks and hoodies or t-shirts that I can wear to work. What about you? What was the best gift?
Ooh. probably I don't remember how old I was. I was definitely a kid. um, I was one of those kids like I couldn't like wait until Christmas. Like I remember this one time, I think it was Christmas Eve. My mom was outside washing her car, and we were that family because was at a time when I was the only kid, and had the tree out, had the presents already out on Christmas Eve, and then uh, we opened them, Christmas Day. And I told myself I'm not waiting. So my mom was outside. I was like eeny meeny miny mo. I chose this one, and it was like a pair of jeans, and I was like, this is like a pair of jeans, really. But my back at that time, my mom was very creative, and so like when I unfolded the pants, it was a video game that fell out that I always wanted. And what did I do? I opened it, I played it. Like, it is what it is. My mom caught me. She couldn't even get mad. It was like, yeah,
Wow. Your
that
mother
was
is so nice.
yeah, yeah,
Because my parents would have been like, yeah, no, we're taking it back.
yeah. No.
Wow. The audacity.
Yeah, I've been a
Mm-mm.
rebel all my life, But
Wild. Wild. Okay.
but as an adult, best gift probably just a gift of me being alive for Christmas.
That is a
As I
gift.
got older, I just gained the appreciation of just life itself, and there's more than Christmas is just getting something. So
That's true. Okay. So, what do you do? Let's say, do you have a routine on Christmas morning? Or do you guys have like a routine as a family, like Christmas Eve into Christmas Day?
yeah, so we are the type of family where we open gifts right at 12 a.m. Like we don't wait
Okay.
until the go ahead and open it. Um, get what we got. Boom, go to bed. Then play with or whatever you do with it in the next morning. Um, obviously, make some type of meal for Christmas, and at the end of the day, we come around and we watched our favorite Christmas movie of all time,
What is that movie?
Polar Express, the best Christmas movie of all time.
It's up there. I don't know if it's the best. Have you
It's the
ever
best.
seen Jingle All the Way?
No,
Have you ever seen National
probably
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
I have not.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay. Have you ever seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen Elf?
Clips, not the full movie. Yeah,
Have you ever seen It's a Wonderful Life?
nah.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so have to make you a Christmas list of movies to watch because what are you doing? Just Polar Express.
Just Polar Express.
Ugh, okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have
Okay.
a family routine for Christmas?
Growing up, when it was all four kids in the house, we would drive to, I want to say Indiana, like Christmas Eve night, for my dad to go play the lottery. I don't I don't know the significance of it, but apparently it's a common thing to do in the Midwest area. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the stakes are higher. I don't know if I don't know. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive one way and then come back. So we would do that and then we would come back, eat dinner, go to sleep. As kids, we would all usually sleep in. one like person's room. So it was four of us. I'm three of four. And they would always like mess with us and say, like, oh, Santa's on the roof and like bang on the walls and stuff. And I would freak out because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not being good. I'm supposed to be asleep. So that was a routine. And then we would wake up Christmas morning, open presents, and then mom, dad would cook breakfast. Um, play with the toys, gifts, all the things, clean up, and then we would host dinner at our place. I think maybe I don't think we would watch a movie on Christmas. We always watch a movie on Thanksgiving though. It's usually after the nap. But since we didn't take a nap this year, we didn't watch the movie.
What movie do you watch on Thanksgiving?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Every Thanksgiving. That's what we do. Yep.
Not this year, apparently.
Not this year. This year was a one off. We had two Thanksgivings to get to. Ow. I just wrecked my knee. Sorry. That hurt.
Yep.
Okay. So what about New Year's and New Year's Day? Do you guys celebrate? Do you party? Do you go out? What do you do?
Um, before 2013 or now? Because before
Both, because we've been talking about childhood and adulthood.
before that, yeah, definitely. I would. It's either one or two things. Either we go to church, or I just sit right at the TV and just watch the ball drop from New York. That happens literally every year. It's either one of those two things. Um, since 2013, I just celebrate my dad's passing, and this time of the year isn't the best for me, and so I've learned to just rather than just be sad and just be moody, I just try to remember the good times and um, remember like I'm doing enough for him to be proud and continuing my journey. You know, one of the biggest things that I learned throughout that transition is life doesn't stop for you just because you're in your head or you're upset or mad about anything. Like the sun's gonna come up regardless. So it's on you to do what you got to do and um, make sure the person that you see in the mirror is okay. So it's been a very rough approaching 12 years for me, but I continue to just push forward the best way I can. I still go to church here and there for New Year's. Um, I went last year, and it was an experience because I had a partner at that time, and that was like the first time that I had went to church with a partner. And what better way to go on New Year's, right? On top of celebrate my dad and all that. Um, but going into the first of this year, it wasn't the best. Uh, we had a little mini argument, but that was kind of like the beginning of the downfall for that. But um, other than that, it was it's it's been interesting my celebrations of New Year's. But how about yourself?
I growing up, it was always we were at home as a family. My dad would randomly, like it wasn't every year that he would do this, but some years he would go out and just shoot his gun. Like I don't know. Like it's a thing that people do to bring in the new year. They fire off their guns, so that's that. But no, it was usually at home. Um, we would always have some sort of like kid friendly like wine to toast. Um, and then as I got older, I went out a couple times. I have never really, I think I've gone out once where it was like with a partner, got a New Year's kiss, and that was like the last time I did that.
Yeah.
Like I've only had like one true like New Year's kiss. Um, but yeah, I mean like nowadays it's more of like a if I could be asleep before midnight, that's ideal. Like I don't stay up to watch the ball drop. Like I'm just like cool, sweet, put the phone on, do not disturb. Please don't call me. Please don't text me. Like just I'll talk to you and I'll talk to you next year. Like that type thing. Like I don't know. I don't see the hype around it. I do actually last year, what did we do last year? We had dinner and mass. So I actually went to church on New Year's Eve with my bonus family. And then she also cooked. And then I came home and chilled out with the dogs. I ended up getting Chinese food later because I was a little hungry. And that was the only thing that was open. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just the calmer the better. Like I don't want anything crazy. I don't want it. Mm-mm.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
quiet, quiet
Quiet.
wrap up, quiet kickoff for the new year.
Do you believe in like New Year's revolutions?
Yes and no. I
Okay.
feel like I always, always, always have something I'm working towards. I think that New Year's resolutions are like the biggest ripoff. Like, is it sustainable? Is it something that's going to stay like for the long term? So, I think the last time I actually did a New Year's resolution was almost 2 years ago. It'll be, yeah, 2 years ago. I said I was going to stop eating red meat for 3 months. And then that turned into like a whole like lifestyle shift. And so for me, it has to make sense. I don't just want to check a box. I don't just want to do it for 2, 3 weeks and then it's like, all right, I did it. I want it to be something that's going to impact my life for the good.
That
What
makes
about
sense.
you?
Um, yes and no. Like you, like I'm real big on accountability and just having goals within myself. And um I don't allow like the whole New Year thing to put myself in like a bind of like, oh, I gotta do this before this particular time frame or anything like that because life is literally a journey. And this is another lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Everything's not going to go the way that we see it. It's all in God's planning and timing. And yeah, we can do the work, but this is it's all about consistency, right? And um, him seeing you do that, like he will continue to bless you. So like I don't necessarily believe in it, but I do also believe in setting goals for yourself and having the mentality to keep up with it and holding yourself accountable for what you say you want to do for your life and not doing it just for show, for social media, for uh, some type of camaraderie with other people. Like you're doing it genuinely for you. So I don't necessarily believe what I see on social when people say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, do that," and by the first or second, they're already
Yeah.
broke their promises. So like, it's like I just believe in doing what you got to do um, within yourself and privately, and keep a level head and just move forward. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
does. I do want to go back though. So you had mentioned how the holidays are not your favorite time of year, because of the loss of your father. So holidays are hard for most people, for various reasons.
Yeah.
But what are some things that you do just kind of leading up to it, knowing that it's not something that you necessarily look forward to, or that it's, always going to be like happy, happy, joy, joy? What are some things that you do leading up to the holiday season to like do a self evaluation of your feelings?
Um, in preparation for it, like I just get into a space of just mentally preparing for it. And because like everything that started with him began literally on Thanksgiving. Um, and he was literally in the hospital for the entire month of December, um, leading up to, the 31st. And so I just again just like have like a low profile and try to either write down or just like go within my head about like what am I doing and how am I doing it based off of because like he was honestly my biggest supporter alongside with my grandma. Like within the 16 years that I had with him and the 18 years I had with her, like I can't remember a bad word they ever said about me. They just accepted me for me. Yeah, Kendrick is picky. Kendrick is skinny. Kendrick is, he has a interesting side of himself. Watching this fake stuff, wrestling, but that's just who he is. And so they just accepted me for me, and that's a very hard find amongst people. So it's been hard for me, but I try to yeah just go in my head like okay like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, am I doing enough for them? Am I doing what they thought I could? Am I doing what they truly wanted me to do? Um, and just continuing down that path of doing what makes Kendrick happy, regardless of the outside noise, regardless of what this person may think or say. Like, Kendrick is living his life for Kendrick. And so I think, regardless of the way things have gotten to this point, because again, like, it's a journey, right? And so, um, just the fact that you continue to keep going is the message that I think they have for me. I make sure to go see them not even just within the holiday time, just throughout the year, at least once a week. That's a priority for myself, and just have those conversations and just have those spaces of um, them feeling my presence, knowing that I didn't forget about them, and that's like, of course, I have goals, I have dreams, I have aspirations to like travel, do any and everything in the world. But that's like one of my biggest worries or like fears where like I don't want to like leave them, if that makes sense. Um, and my mom had to calm me down, like they're with you regardless of where you go.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's a hard thing for me whenever it is time for me to step out to the world outside of North Carolina. But um, at the current moment, just constantly go within myself. What am I doing? What's the goal? And what am I doing to pursue that goal? It's all about the little steps and knowing how to navigate those. little steps to get to where you want to be and making them proud. I don't know if that answered your question, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but I do have a follow-up question. What is Kendrick doing now, and what's the goal? You said that's what you ask yourself.
Yeah. So right now I think this upcoming week will be officially 2 months at the job that I'm at now. Pretty cool job. It's definitely something that's out of my comfort zone. Um, I, out of, I can be a very prideful person if you haven't noticed. Um, and so I think I mentioned it in a couple episodes before with someone where like my mindset of every job that I have, like I'm the best. Like nobody can touch me. Um, but on the outside, like I'm so humble. I'm like, you know what I mean? Um, this is like the first job where I had to admit to myself, like, okay, like I'm not the best here. And I have to like learn as I go. And that was like a very prideful thing for me to like push that down and leave my ego at the door and be like it's okay if you fuck up. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to um do something wrong because you have people here that's willing to help you out. And even if you do, like it's okay, just don't do that again. Just like in a calmer demeanor versus jobs that I had, they would just like yell or just like replace you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And so that's on my plate right now. Definitely in a better situation financially with that job than where I have been, especially within the last 2, 3 years. So it's kind of mandatory for me to keep going with that, regardless of how tough it can be at times. And yeah, I'm still going with my internship, which I love. I was actually on it before I came on here with you because they're live right
Nice.
now. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm doing my writing stuff and also just being on the podcast, showing my face and coming across as if I know what I'm talking about. Uh, so that's
Fake
like
it till you
the,
make it.
what's that?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. And so I have those two things going on. And of course, like the goal in life is, professionally is being some type of commentator or some type of backstage personality for wrestling. That's always going to be the goal, right? But um, yeah, like I have a dream list that I think you know of, and I have my hands in quite a few things right now as far as what I want to do and how far I want to go with it. And so um, yeah, that's always going to be the goal, regardless of where I am now. Like you can never get content and just settle for where you are. You have to eventually make that step, make that leap. Like I told myself the other day at work, like if a professional sports company called me right now, like, hey, I need you to fly out here for an interview for this position, like I'm leaving ASAP. Even though this job is cool,
Good.
it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's setting me up real good where I am now. Um, I'm in my very first apartment, like just like pretty cool. I actually feel like an adult now, and so, but still, like you can never forget the goal. You can never forget where you want to be, and not get settled in. You know what I'm saying? Because next thing you know, 5, 10, 15 years to go down the line, and it's like I never,
Where did time go? What did I do?
yeah. So I learned very early to just be on the attack now to be where you want to be and go after your goals. And so here I am.
So how do you think? dad and grandma would feel? How do you think they feel about it?
Proud, he continued to ride that wave. He continued to keep going, and it didn't allow other people's thoughts, opinions, or negative thoughts to get in the way. Um, he pushed through. He he's a very interesting kid, but he he's doing it, and I'm proud of him. I would think that's what they would say. Um,
Good.
I would hope
I
so.
think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
we
mean,
talked about leading up to it. When you are in the thick of the holidays, of the good days, no? Because some days are really, really bad. So in the thick of like the bad, hard days of holiday season, what are you doing to stay calm, to not crash out? Like what are you doing in the midst of the bad days?
definitely in my head as far as like, because like my head and my heart are two different entities. Where like my heart is extremely positive, where my head can be the opposite, right? And so definitely have my moments where it's like, I'm examining myself, like, oh, am I doing enough? Am I doing what it is that they want me to do, or am I doing what it takes to continue to make them proud, right? And so uh definitely have my moments where I miss them a lot, and I I don't know if you're aware of this story, but um there was at one point where I didn't want to be here anymore, and what kept me here was initially it was because of my mom telling me she was pregnant, and that kind of like kept me going for a while because like I've always wanted a sister on my mom's side. Like I have a sister on my dad's side, but we're not as close as we should. So I was like, okay, let me get a sister on my mom's side, and I just knew this was it. My dad's gone, so this is like my very possible last sibling that I'm ever going to get. So like, okay, let me hold off on that. Let me figure out what I'm going to get. General reveal gets here. I'm decked out in pink. Like I've never worn so much pink in my life. Like I just knew I was going to get that sister, and we did it regular, whatever color inside of the cake. That's just what it is. And we did it at a restaurant, um, where like our own section and all that. Man, we opened that cake and it's blue, and like my whole world just shattered, and I just stormed out of the room. I went to the public bathroom. And had like a real deceptive moment, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, this is it. So I'm having these conversations with God, and I'm just like, okay, like first off, you take my dad away from me, and now you're giving me a brother that I didn't ask for. Cool, I'm out. And so I waited until that night, and so like just to get a visual of where I lived at the time. So like when you first walk in, you're in the living room. On the right, it's a mini hallway. First room on the left is my room. Next is my brother's room, and then straight forward is the bathroom. Uh, Going back, living room, but going to the left is the kitchen, then my mom's room. So like, I have to literally be quiet while I tiptoe to get some type of utensil to you know do the deed. And so maybe 10, 11, maybe 12, uh as I'm tiptoeing, like all of a sudden I felt this power, this sense of force around me, kind of like pushing me away. And never felt that before. And I was just shoved it off, it kept going, but it kept getting like stronger. And next thing you know, like I heard this voice come out of nowhere and just said, give the boy a chance. I was like, what? No, I'm not, I'm good. It's like, I'm out of here. And the more I go, the more the force was, the more heavy it was. And the tone of voice of this thing just said, just give this boy a chance. And I had a moment and I was just like, okay, whatever, right? Clearly, you want me to be the worst brother ever because I'm not going to give this kid a chance. I want a sister, and that's just that. But okay, would go by your rules, right? So went back to bed. Um, Sometime later, September 24th, 2014, the day that pretty much changed my life. It was a school day. That was my senior year, the start of my senior year, and my mom wakes both of us up. Her water broke, and this was around the time like I literally just got my permit. So like I'm literally scared. It's raining outside too. My mom's water broke, so I'm scared if I don't, you know what I'm saying, like crash or anything. So we finally get there, and people take her on up, and me and my brother just went to the waiting room. After a while, my mom's best friend at the time comes up, and she's with my mom. And after a while, like of course, like I'm sleepy. Like this happened like 6, 7 in the morning. 6, 7. Uh,
I
uh,
was fighting the urge to do it.
yeah. Uh, and so after a while, like yeah, my brother wakes me up and said, my mom's best friend was at the window, and she was like, just come on, your brother's here. And we go out to the hallway, and the nurse is holding my brother. And just to give you another visual, from my left to my right is my mom's best friend, the nurse, and my brother. There's no one behind me. And so the nurse gives me my brother. His head is this way. And as I'm looking down on him, uh, I felt this force again, um, on my left side, as if this entity is looking at my brother with me. And in a much calmer demeanor, calmer tone of voice, it said, "This is your new purpose now." Because I definitely felt like I did not have any purpose anymore in life. The most positive person in my life is gone now. Like I'm good. Um, I've always said when my dad passed, a piece of me died with him, and rather than try to focus on the Kendrick that's still alive, I've been trying to resurrect that other side, and it hasn't been very well for me. So clearly, it was meant for that piece to pass and try to build up Kendrick that's still here. And so, yeah, for a very long time, maybe for the first 2, 3 years of my brother's life, like he was legit the only reason why I was still here. Uh, and then after a while, like I realized like I can't just depend on him. Like, I have to find my own way. And um, yeah, it's been a journey. Um, I haven't like there's a difference. Like I don't know how other people do it that has thought about doing that to themselves. But for me, like I don't have a plan for it anymore like I did previously. But whenever I have like a moment of like I'm hurt, I'm heartbroken, or feeling some type of negative emotion, like that thought comes up, and that negative side comes to play, and just like, well, Kendrick, you would have just did what you should have. You wouldn't be feeling this pain right now. And so I remember having a discussion about that before with someone where it's like we don't necessarily want to offer ourselves, we just want to get rid of the pain and the hurt, take it away. And so, um, and that struck with me because, like, of course, I have so many aspirations and goals that I want to achieve. Like, I don't want to just go like, of course, like I've accomplished some things, but like the goal is to complete every single one. And so, um, it's been an interesting journey. Um, and so I'm pretty sure, they're proud of me for keep going and not going down that path. Um, and still being here. So I went on like a 10-minute tangent, but
It's
sorry.
okay. You are
Yeah.
good. So when you come out, like to the day, the anniversary, what does that look like? Like wake up, going to bed. What does that day look like?
Very heavy, right? Trying to figure out obviously a time to go out there, see them, I give them flowers. Um, or something to have some type of remembrance and some type of reverence on my end for them. Um, I try my best to, like like I live my life with a gigantic shield around myself. So like I try to keep my emotions in check, but um, definitely a crier when I'm out there. Um, and I have this thing where like I like being out there by myself. Like I don't want anybody with me like at all. Like even when there are other people out there, seeing other people that passed away, like if I see them, it's like I don't want to be here. Like I like being literally alone out there. Um, Also too, because I don't like the feeling of being rushed, if that makes sense. Because like other people will be in the same area where my dad is at, and so yeah, I like to be completely alone in those moments and just be at peace and just accepting, you know, them being gone and continuing to make them proud in every little thing that I do, as far as like my videos, internship, job, um, new house, um, and just being constantly on the go for what I want to do. So that's pretty much it. Like I go out there, see them maybe a good 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 maybe. That's the max. And then drive off. Remember everything that ever told me and keeping everything inside my head, knowing that every lesson, every piece of guidance that they ever showcased or told me went in and stayed in my ears. So that's all I can do for them. If that makes sense.
I gotcha. Coming out of holiday season, what do you do to kind of like jump right back into life to kind of get back to feeling normal again? Because again, like it's seasonal depression, seasonal, like all the things. People get like burnt out during holiday season, people check out. Like there are people that spend what a good like 5-ish weeks just drunk or under the influence of something. But like coming out of like holiday season and the heaviness of it all, like what do you do to kind of get back to life after holidays?
Well, first of all, I don't think you heard me, but you trying to make me cry today. It's okay.
No,
Um, what
this
did
is
I?
life.
I would say again, just like remembering who they were, what they were to me, and just having. And it sucks too, because like my dad's birthday is literally 11 days later, January 11th. So that whole span is just like tough.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting. And so of course I double back and be out there for his birthday and um, be there for him and of course, my grandma as well, because like uh she passed away in February 2016, but she was born in March. So literally uh from November, December, January, February, March. It's a interesting time for me. Um and so I just like I feel like a broken record, but I just continue to do what I can, do what it takes to make them proud and continue to keep going and um, do whatever it is to make Kendrick happy, regardless of what that looks like. Um, so many people that turn the other cheek or turn the other way due to death of someone that they care about and they love and turn to other things. But I try to keep us straight and narrow and do what's best for me and also just making them proud along the way. Um, I don't know if I told you, but like one of my goals on my list is to do a TED Talk. And that's for, and my main audience for that would be people like me, like someone in their lives as a young kid, uh, someone important, passed away. Like, how can you figure out how to move? How can you figure out how to continue to live without this important figure, whether it's a parent, whether it's a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, or a teacher that was very meaningful to you. And so just sharing my stories with that, and hopefully someone can learn from it. So that's what I
I
do.
like it. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, what advice do you have for people that are like you? Like, what is maybe like two or three things that you could tell somebody that may be like freshly, like in the like right now losing somebody or just lost somebody? This is their first holiday without them. Like, what are like two or three things that you would tell somebody in that situation right now?
Well, number one, keep going. Um, Even though it sucks, someone that, you know, someone is very important for to you that just passed away due to whatever reason, just remember they always wanted the best for you. Don't allow their time ending to get in the way of your future. Um, it's a hard pill to swallow, but like accept the fact that it was just their time. Um, that was definitely something that I had to figure out on my own, and accept the fact that it was time for both of them. But yeah, just figure out in your own way, in your own timing, of course, to gather yourself up, pick yourself up, and keep going. And secondly, ooh, um, don't go on the wrong lane, if that makes sense, of life. Trying to be something that you're not, out of the pain that you're suffering from. Be something that you're not, through the hurt that you're going through. Um, if you're a non-alcoholic, the best way to cope with whatever you're doing is drinking. If you're a non-smoker, best way to cope with this is smoking. You know what I'm saying? Or uh, male or female, just being with the opposite sex and just having those intimate moments with them. That's not going to go away. Uh, it may be temporary with those three aspects, but like it's never going to go away. So it's best to face it head on, as hard as it is, and continue to remember who you are as a person. Yeah, it's hard that this person's not here anymore, to see your drive and see your accomplishments, but just know that, like, first of all, it's okay, and know that they are proud of you and they're happy, and they wouldn't want you to allow their passing to get in the way of where you want to be and how you want to live your life. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. So you mentioned not necessarily giving into the different vices that are in the world. So what are some things that you did in the midst of, loss and processing everything? What are some resources or outlets that you had at that time?
I had none. I didn't want any, because like when I was a kid,
Okay.
like I'm in shocked. My Superman is gone. Like my superhero is no longer here. They're just like, what? Um, and so I mentioned childhood before with my dad's side of the family, and with them, I always felt like my dad's other kid. Like my older brother and my sister has always been like the forefront. Um, I always felt like Alan's other kid, and no, so like I never really felt that support or felt that love, and so I can do one or two things in those moments of the wake, the funeral, and trying to figure out how I proceed to life with this. I can go with option one and just continue to be fictitious and just like try to force relationships with these people, and be in their faces, if that makes sense. And knowing that they're only here for me because my dad is gone, or which is the route that I chose, I just turn the other cheek and just like do my own thing and figure out life on my own, and don't ask for help, don't ask for any type of guidance from anyone, and just figure out my own things on my own way. Um, and decided to stay quiet about it for a very long time. Um, and it wasn't until I think last year, yeah, last year, 2024, when I finally like just had a moment where it's like, okay, I think I need some type of counseling or some type of therapy because if I continue to live life like this is it's not going to be very good. I'm holding on to hurt and pain, and something someone does, like I'm not only reacting based off of what this person did or said, but I'm also reacting based off the hurt that I'm already feeling based off of my dad's passing. And um, so I finally reached out, for help. Uh, I was in therapy for a solid year and a half, maybe. Um, that helped a lot. Getting that off my shoulders, getting that um, frustrations at that time, 10 years of frustrations off my back, and having that space to just speak on who he was to me, who my grandma was to me, and what impact that they had on me when they were here and now them being gone. So yeah, but for the first 9, 10 years, like yeah, I didn't do anything. I just stayed to myself and just kept it going. Didn't really ask for help. Didn't want help. Um, that's just the stubborn side of myself. But like I said, we all have our own journeys and ways of figuring out how to deal with things. So, but I'm doing pretty good now, I would say.
That's all that matters. You made it, which I'm proud of you for pushing through. Um, it's not easy. Like loss in general, holidays in general. Like I think the reason I wanted to do this topic, one, of course, it's holiday season, but also just knowing that you never know what other people are dealing with. Um, having worked in retail, I have grown accustomed to just saying, hey, happy holidays, because it's not a fair assumption to assume that everybody celebrates Christmas. Some people don't. Some people celebrate, Kwanzaa. Some people celebrate Hanukkah. Like, it's a lot of different things. Some people don't celebrate anything, So I have learned to just take a very like broad approach or a generic approach to just offering like warm wishes for this season. But then also just kind of like being aware of what I feel or have felt, in the past about holidays. Like you tell me it's your birthday, I'm like, okay, it's birthday month. Let's go. Right. Like the whole month is dedicated to your birthday. But when it comes to like just holidays in general, whether it's, like Christmas, New Year's Eve, whether it's 4th of July, like I hated holidays. Unfortunately, it wasn't always happiness, growing up. So for me, I, into adulthood, I hated holidays. I'm like, let's just hope there's no arguing, this holiday. Let's just hope there's no like, fights, verbal like arguments, things like that. Like I have strived for the quietest holidays ever. And with that, a lot of, traditions have died. Like it used to be always Christmas at mom's or Christmas, with mom and my younger brother, and Thanksgiving with mom and my younger brother, or, like once my parents were like divorced and everything. But now, I've established a strong enough relationship with my dad that it's like I you're safe enough that I want to spend the holidays with you. So that's why it's like a split now. And I've had tough conversations with my parents or like my family like, listen, I'm tired of having to choose who I want to go spend, the holidays with. Like we all need to get to a place of being like copacetic that we can set our feelings aside or we can set the drama aside for one day. and we can just break bread and just enjoy, like, pretty much what you said, being alive, you know? But then also, like, for instance, my grandmother on my dad's side, her birthday is Christmas Eve, and she passed away when I was a child. So, that makes sense looking back now, why Christmas was never fun or exciting for my dad, because he remembers his mom. Her birthday is the day before. So that's triggering, for him. Then you fast forward to when I was a freshman in high school, and like, my grandmother on my mom's side passed away on December 30th. So it's like bam, bam, and it's just like it's for both parents, this time of year is hard. And so, like I said, like, you never know what anybody's dealing with. You never know how holidays really are for people. And so I felt like it was like very appropriate just to kind of unpack that and just see, like, how do you get through the seasonal depression? Like, a lot of people, like, especially online, are talking about, oh, it's only 5:30. It feels like 11 o'clock at night because it's so dark, or it's, daylight savings and all the things. So then you add the additional layer of holidays and sadness, and, like, I mean, like, even just thinking of, like, the state of the world, like, it's some people might not be able to afford, presents. And that's heavy. Like, it might be the first year that people don't get presents. And it's hard. And so it's just, I think it's important that, not only do people, but especially, like, people of color, like, have these conversations, because it's often not talked about. It's just, hey, keep your head down, push through, you got this. But, like, in the reality of it, I think it's important for people of color and people in general to talk. Talk about how you're feeling. Talk about, what you're dealing with versus what I'm dealing with, because the reality is there's so much more, there are way more similarities than there are differences. And so being able to not only connect with somebody based off of those similarities, but then also just, like, for people that watch that at a later date, it's like, oh, I can relate to that. I felt that. I felt sad on a happy holiday, or I felt sad for X amount of months. Like, it's, unfortunately, it's a part of our lives that all of us will have to face one day. But I think that whether you have or have not faced it, just know that there are resources and processes, and, you know, it's not a cookie cutter approach to how to deal with it, but, you know, walk your path, lean into your resources, and just choose to keep going.
Yeah. I think it was one of those things too for me where I didn't really, of course, I had my mom. That's obvious, right? Uh, my grandma, my other grandma, my mom's mom. But outside of that, like I never really had someone to just like talk to or kind of go to whenever I have those moments when I'm in my head and just missing them and just like sad or whatever. And also too, I gained this, I wouldn't necessarily say attitude, but just like this mentality of if you don't know what it's like to lose a parent, like I don't see the point of me coming to you about stuff because you don't know my pain. Not trying to be disrespectful or just like mean about it, but just like you can say you understand 1,000 times. It's just it goes in one ear and out the other for me because you don't necessarily. And um, so that's been my mentality for a very long time. And just like after a while, it was just like, okay, let me just relax and be open minded to other people's thoughts and opinions, regardless of if they experience this or not. Because I mean, it's life, or you're going to eventually. And so it's kind of fair to open up a bit, try to share your story, and not saying that you're gonna do what I did, but kind of have like a way of how to handle it due to me telling you my story. And so it's the reason why I wanted to do the TED Talk and share that piece of information. And yeah, me and my dad had like this quiet understanding amongst each other. Like everything that happens here stays here. Like everything that I did or said to you, like I let you keep it to yourself, and then vice versa. And yeah, for 12 years, I've held my end of it. Um, but I feel like also with the TED Talk is it's important to share just a little bit of who he was through my eyes, and outside of like the funny stuff, because I shared this funny story at his funeral. Um, did I tell you that?
Mm-mm.
No. uh, so he was picking me up from school one day. I think I had like some type of appointment, and this was high school. And where I was, period wise, like I was on like the right side of the school, like right at like the front of the school. So um like of course I knew he was gonna come pick me up. So like the lady called, oh, you got Kendrick McKnight here, telling her oh, his parent is here to pick him up. So I got up, happy, out of class. Everybody else looking at me like they crazy because they still got like 2.5 hours left. I'm going. I'm leaving. And to get to the front office from where I am, like I have to walk this little pathway, and then you get to the hallway. And as you're walking, you can see more of the front office as far as like the bench, who's sitting there, and what they're having on. The more I walked, of course, like I see a bald head. Like, okay, that's my dad. Like I know his head. Uh, more I walked, I see his face. After a while, I see what kind of shirt he has on, kind of pants. He had like a white t-shirt. I think like ooh, silver grayish sweatpants with like Nike slides, but no socks. I was like, dude. First of all, this is during the time like I cared a lot what people thought and what they said. So I'm just like, let's go, like go, 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 go. Uh, and so he's just looking at me like I'm crazy. And so we get to the car, and I'm just like having this moment where I'm just like, You just you forgot about your socks today or what?" And it was like, "Where are your socks at today?" You're just like, "Home." Like, you just forgot about it, or what's going on there? Uh, but it's a crazy funny story. But in those moments, like I learned a lot about him in his own unique way, where it's like it's okay to be uniquely yourself,
Mhm.
regardless of what the I guess the perception of what who you are and what you do, as long as you're good with yourself and you're comfortable with being yourself. That's all that should really matter. And so, even though I was tripping out as a 14, 15-year-old kid, like I learned along the way, especially after his passing, just reminiscing towards that moment. Like, okay, like he was uniquely himself. And that's all you can really do and just be proud of. Like he was one of those guys. And it's because of him where I have this mentality now where when everybody else went left, Kendrick went right. Like it's okay to be Kendrick and be yourself, even if the consequences of that is like not having much friends, going out by yourself, people not inviting you out to do this or that. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? I am uniquely happy with what I see in the mirror and my progression and my journey. And so that's all you can really ask for and just be proud of. So um, that was that was him. Just himself. Like if I'm nonchalant, like he was 10 times worse. Like that's how it really was. What you saw is what you got. Um, so yeah, very interesting dude.
It's a good memory though, and a life lesson all in one.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
good.
have what's that?
I said, well, good.
Yeah, and I have a particular story that I'm purposely waiting to tell in that TED talk about him. So that for sure, I'm gonna have to be a man of my word of and just waiting. But um, I think it's very life learning and having the understanding of why he meant so much to me. So if you stay
Let me
here long
know.
enough, like you will hear it. So
Perf. Let me know. Let us
yeah,
know the deeds.
yeah. How did that feel for
What
you?
else?
What's up?
What?
How did that feel for you? Because like I remember you were saying about your grandma passing when you were young, and how did that like impact you growing up as a young woman, knowing that she's not here anymore, and how to just overall how to move without that guidance.
So my Grammy, that's what we call her. She was the girl. We love her. Um, I don't know, like she had such a funny, like whatever, like
Yeah,
personality. Like I have so many memories like that my mom and I just would like randomly laugh about. Or even like me and my siblings. Like she loves Cher. And this is back like when you used to have to record like what was on the TV on a VHS. She would have like we would sleep over like we had a sleepover one time and the Cher concert was on TV and she was like, let's all sing Cher. And all of us put like towels on our head and had like long hair and was dancing around like singing Cher. So that's just who she was, you know? And so for me, when she passed away, I remember so like she was a big smoker like back in the day. So like her lungs weren't the best, unfortunately. And the cold air, like if she didn't go out and like cover her nose and mouth, like she would end up in the hospital because her lungs couldn't handle it. And so similar to when your dad went into the hospital, she went into the hospital right around Thanksgiving and just was like progressively not getting better. Hang on one second. Sorry, I gotta get my dog. Okay. So, like similar to when your dad went in, like she went in thanks or right before Thanksgiving. So I remember like us going to take her dinner on Thanksgiving. And then she had got like progressively worse, like slowly, but surely got worse. To the point that they had like moved her to hospice. And I don't know, like we don't know what she was holding on for because like they were like, yeah, it's go time. And like I just remember them kind of talking like me and my younger brother about it. And it was of course like the super cliche, like this is what death is, and you're a kid, and like stuff like that. And so for me, I have always had a fear of like hospitals and death in general. And so there were a lot of times that when she was in a hospital, I wouldn't go visit. And so that's something that I like when she, transitioned, that was something that I struggled with because it was like, damn, how many more memories would I have if I did go see her, or how many more like good memories. I don't know. Like it, you have those like regret, like that feeling. But I
Yeah.
remember the night before she passed away, we had maybe the night or the day, maybe 1 or 2 days before she passed away, we had moved her from hospice to a nursing facility, like a rehab facility. And they pretty much told us, like, hospice is like short lived. Like, people come here to die. She's not dying. So we got to get her out of here. And like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, okay. So we had moved her to a rehab facility. And I just remember like we went and saw her the night before, or that night before, like, hey, love you. We'll come see you in the morning. And I remember praying that night, like, God, just please, like, make her better. And then the next morning, they called us and said she passed away. And as a kid, a freshman in high school, you don't know. You think that you are like, holy crap, like I kind of similar like your frustrations with God, where it's like you took my dad away. Like I literally felt like I prayed for you to make her better and then you killed her. So I was pissed. Like I mean like yeah, I'm good. And so for years, I mean like years, I did not really have a relationship with God. I believed that there was a God. I believed that, I believe that there's a universe. Like I think that all things align because the universe, and yeah, there's a God, but I don't, I didn't really have a relationship with him. So it took me going through life, failing, falling on my face, all the things to finally get to a place of understanding that my prayers were answered because she's no longer suffering. She is better. Um and so I just know that I was angry, for quite some time. And I just remember not necessarily having anybody. Well, I don't want to say I didn't have anybody, but I just didn't feel comfortable talking about how I felt. Because of course it's like, well, mom, that's your mom. So like I don't want to burden you with my grief because that's your mom. And I can only imagine how you feel. And then like I had siblings, but it was my me and my younger brother were the ones at home at the time. My older sister was in college. My older brother, I want to say, was in California at the time. So like I didn't, and like my mom and dad were like going through like early stages of divorce. Little did any of us know. So it was just like a lot of like just pushing through and processing on your own. Um, but yeah, I think that the one thing that kind of kept me going was sports and just being active and just, showing up for my family the best way that I possibly could. Um, and stepping up where my mom needed me to step up. Because again, like, God forbid, or no, 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 like, I thought that it was like the worst thing that I could possibly do as a daughter was to say, I'm sad that Grammy's not here. And it's my mom's mom that's she lost. Like, granted, again, grief is grief is grief, but I just felt like my grief was less important than, my mom's. So I just kind of bottled it up and I finally talked about it in therapy. Um, when I was turning 30, I remember my therapist asked me, like, take me back, to when you were a kid or your earliest memory or something like that. And then like I would walk him through like that chunk of time. So from like freshman year of college or freshman year of high school up until maybe like senior year of college. And so it was just like different variations of grief or loss. It's like the loss of your grandmother, the loss of childhood friends, the loss, and like, granted, the childhood friends are still alive, but it's like that friendship died. And then, your parents getting divorced. That's a loss. The loss of your childhood home because you guys moved out. Like those were things that it's just like he put it into perspective that it's like you have dealt with so much loss and you're just now breaking. I'm like, nah, I broke a couple times. I just kept going. I just put the bumper back on enough that it could drive, So I don't know. I think that's like my ask of anybody that, is feeling the feels or, dealing with loss is find an outlet that is productive, whether it's journaling, whether it's, listening to a song, whether it's, tapping into your faith. Um, find an outlet, find an outlet, get it out. Don't walk around with that burden, with that weight.
Yeah. And how old were you in that time?
Uh, I think that was '07. So I would have been 14. Yeah, imagine like '07. I'm a freshman in high school. I'm a girl, like all the things you're dealing with, like high school social life, and just it's just a lot of stuff that it's just like when you look back, and like I guess like even for me, like being a teacher now, I look at some of my kids and I'm just like, is it really that bad? And the reality is, like, for them, yes, this is the end of their world. Like, this is it for these kids because they're 9 and 10 and they've never felt anything worse than this moment. And so I try my hardest not to be like, oh, rub some dirt on it. Come on now. Like, I try to take a minute and like remove 32-year-old Bianca and say, okay, what did 9 or 10-year-old Bianca need? And so, yeah, heavy times.
Yeah. But even now with you being 32, I'm pretty sure she is proud of the woman that you've become and still becoming, right? And just the long journey that you've partaken on, and the many, I'm pretty sure, falls that you've gone through. But like you said, like you decided to just keep going and um, manifest just where you are now. Because I remember those early conversations of wanting to teach and have this vision for yourself. And yeah, like I'm just proud of the steps that you have taken and going to continue to take. And so I'm pretty sure she's looking down proud.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think, I don't know, like the biggest thing that I look forward to is seeing family on her side because they literally always tell me like you're your Grammy's daughter. Like you're her granddaughter. Like they say I laugh like her, they say like I look like her. And those are like the best compliments ever because I just her laugh was contagious. And she was always up to something, like always up to something. And it was the funniest things because it's like you look back and like It's been times, like, it's like a memory that my mom and I have, that my mom would go over there and she would take us with her, and we would be sitting in the living room and my mom would be in the kitchen. And my Grammy would like nudge one of us and say, "Watch this." And she would do something just to piss my mom off. And she would be laughing so hard because she goes, like, she's so easy to piss off. And I'm just like, that's like how I am with my mom. And it's hilarious to like see that like growth, you know? Or even like, oh my God, it's the worst. I remember like my first bra, and my mom took me over there and she was like pushing on my bra, like, when did you get these? And I was screaming. Oh my God. My mom was laughing so hard. She goes, stop embarrassing her. Oh my God, it was the worst. But it was, again, looking back, it's like I wouldn't trade that for the world. Cause it's
Yeah,
like she thought, like, oh my gosh, where did those come from? And to the point that she was like trying to see if they were real. I'm like, oh my God.
yeah,
So yes, those are the memories that again like make the hard days easier, you know? And just again, like knowing she's with us. Like we will randomly say, like, Grammy would have loved this. Like my mom told me, like, Grammy would be so proud. Like she's so proud of you. So like just knowing that her presence is still there, and like we, when we speak about her, it's like she's here. We know she is. Like she visits my mom and even like some of my siblings in dreams. She visits me randomly when I'm like driving and I want to listen to the Temptations. I'm like, all right, Grammy, I hear you. Cause like that was her music. And she would play that and we would dance. And whenever I hear the Temptations, I'm like, what up, girl? Like, how are you? So yeah, she's physically not with us anymore, but 1,000% her spirit's still here and she lives in each one of us. So it's fun.
yeah. My grandma went out kind of like the same way, where like she suffered two strokes because she was a smoker as well. Um, First time she was in the hospital for a solid 4 or 5 months, and just when you think like she's getting better, she's getting healthier, she suffered another stroke on the other side, and so like she went to this nursing home for like almost a year, trying to rebuild, trying to get back to her full strength. And I absolutely hated going out there to visit her, mostly because of the smell. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just like, God,
Trust me, like, to this day, like, it's like pulling teeth to get me to go to a hospital.
yeah,
Like, the smells is what, like, oh, yeah. My mom and I talk about that a lot, where it's just like, you couldn't do it. And, like, the nursing home that she was in, like, I would avoid that area like the plague. Like, up until recently, I couldn't drive through there.
yeah. It was it was tough, but I think it was the most sucky part of it was just like you can't do anything to help. Like all you can do is just like sit there and just be there for them, talk to them, and know that you're there for them. Same with my dad when he was in hospital. It's just like I hated going out there, but yeah, just when like she was getting better, uh, just everything just started to shut down, and she also went to a place where people go there to pass away, pretty much. And I think after 2 or 3 days, I had gotten that call from my cousin. It's like, okay, like I think today might be the day. And I went up there just in time too. I think like after 20 minutes of me being there, that's when she went out. Um, I don't put this over my siblings, but like I was there when my grandma and my dad took their last breaths. Um, Not to say that I'm the better sibling and something like that, but for me, it was important for me to be there. Like I still suffer from that trauma, watching them take their last breaths, and I don't know how to even imagine how would I have taken that if I got a call. Um, because I just told you just like what I was going to do when I saw them. So imagine if I didn't see them, right? So
Hmm.
1000% would be here. And so yeah, it's a very tough thing, but like I said, just the power of to keep going and knowing that, they're there. They're not there physically, of course, but definitely there in our dreams. And like I know for me personally, when I'm at work um or even at home, I can be doing something and I might see something in the corner of my eye. Like I know for sure that's like a figure, and I look and there's no one there, and I'm just like, all right, now leave me alone.
Hmm.
uh, and so yeah, even with music, uh, definitely comes back to me and um, dreams. One of the biggest, especially like impactful dreams that my dad came through. Uh, I was doing something, and and I just happened to like stand up, and I saw like a figure like from like a mile away. And as I continue to walk, here he comes walking to me, and like a kid on Christmas, I just ran to him and just gave him the biggest hug.
Hmm.
And that's how I woke up. I was like, dang, man, like it's one of those moments where I just don't want to wake up. Uh, but you know, for me, my mom reassures me when there's moments like that where like he's okay
Hmm.
and he's continuing to look over you, and um, you're making him proud, so you're good. So we're thinking.
Yeah, that's good though. I'm glad that you do have those dreams where he comes to visit you. Because again, that's a form of, I don't want to say closure, but comfort.
Yeah, because healing is a like a. I don't feel like there's a destination with healing. This it's a constant roller coaster. We have our moments where we're good, and we have our moments where we're just like, get away from me. Like I want to be in
Hmm.
my own space. So that's another thing that I had to learn on my own. Like healing isn't. There's no destination with that, and so trying my best to figure out what healing is to me, and trying to figure out what kind of healing that I want that would be considerably okay with me with their deaths. And so uh, to this day, I'm still trying to figure that out. But um, after a while, I think I'll get it.
Well, you will figure it out.
Most definitely. We went over your time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was a conversation.
Conversation.
But
Did you have more?
no, this was good.
Yeah. Did you have more
N-
as far as like anything to spill on the impact that she had on you or any other losses?
Um, I think just loss in general, just kind of like with me going to therapy and kind of realizing that loss isn't just like a physical being dying. Like it's the ending of a season. It's the ending of, your ability to play a sport. I think just in general, I've had to shift my views on what loss is and what loss is from God, you know? I think, like, for instance, just like the loss of a job, that's one door closed, another door for another door to open. Obviously you don't want to say that about, the death of somebody, but like, what can I do with that loss? Do I let it cripple me? Do I let it stop me, from living life? Do I act cold hearted? No. Like, I think that loss is loss is loss, and each one is unique. And you just got to figure out, like, what that loss is trying to teach you or preparing you for. And so, yeah, I think that's just how I view loss, how I even, like, loss of pets. Like, that's hard. I've unfortunately had to, put a pet down, like, literally, like, in my arms, that the cat died, and it's haunting. Like, it's a haunting feeling and memory. And again, like, what do you do with that? What do you learn from that? So just different things that you process and navigate, but just kind of accepting that loss is inevitable, and you can never prepare for it enough to be ready for it. It's just, what do we do with it?
I tell you, I used to have pets.
No, I do not see you as a pet owner at all.
This is
It's
definitely one.
not an insult, like, but it's just like, I don't, you're not a pet person to me.
I was definitely a kid. We had birds and fishes. Um, are you aware of finches, like the bird kind?
Aren't they usually yellow?
Occasionally,
No. Okay.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. After a while, they all died. They don't live long anyway. So,
Birds scare
but
me. I had to house sit for somebody that had birds, and when I tell you, no, never again.
what kind of
Mm-mm.
bird,
Huh?
what kind of bird was it?
I have no idea. All I know is it was a bird, and they expected me to reach my hand in that cage and feed the bird. I said, absolutely not. I
It
just
must have been
poured the
good.
food through the cage.
That's not how you do it. But
Obviously, but like, I'm not reaching my hand in there for the bird to like try to land on me. No. Uh-uh. Hard pass. Never again. Mm-mm.
yeah. Then I forgot what kind of fishes that we had, but there was one black one in there. After a while, he killed everybody. He ate everybody. Then slowly but surely, he died. So,
Because he's probably in there by himself.
I guess he ate everyone.
Fish are also something I will never do again. Never. Never, ever, ever again.
Birds and fishes.
Yeah. Like, I will go to the aquarium to see all the fish in there, but like, to like own fish as pets, nope. Mm-mm.
Like the easiest people to maintain.
Never again. No, they are not, because you have to clean their tank.
Yeah, but
And if one of them dies, you have to scoop it out. That is no,
yeah.
not doing it. Not doing it.
Respectfully, like, what's the difference between that and a dog?
So much. For the most part, you can predict a dog's actions. For the most part, you can never predict a fish's action. You can never predict a bird's action. Like, mm-mm, no, no, thank you.
Okay, I learned something new today.
Just saying.
I got you. That makes sense.
But yes, that's all I have for you on this little holiday TED Talk.
Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate
What do
it.
you wish for people to know this holiday season? Like, what's Hmm. Like your little two-liner for the holiday season this year. I don't know if a two-liner is a thing, but it's a thing now.
Be grateful
That's
because there's so many people. It's cold outside, so a lot of people don't have houses, they don't have apartments, they don't have places to sleep, they don't have people that's willing to help them out, or there's people all around the world that are in cemeteries, and so I try to spread that message of just being grateful towards like everyday life and uh, the fact that I'm alive, and so um, that's something that I try to put into my routine, like regardless of what I'm doing or how stressful. Like I said, I'm not the best at my job, but uh, once I go through a task that just scare the hell out of me, I'm just like, well, I got through it. I'm grateful. I still have my job, so um,
always a plus.
always being fired is not a good feeling.
No. Mm-mm.
So yeah, just being grateful. How about you?
Be grateful.
Where you call?
Remember that the days that you are living in are answered prayers, things that you used to pray about. And limit my complaints. Limit my complaints because again, like what I have, not everybody has. Um, and that's, physical, materialistic, like mental, like just everything. Not many people have. And just also kind of remembering like don't get so caught up in the negative. It's hard because the world we live in. It's hard because of social media. It's hard because of the news. But like don't get so caught up in the negative. And so sometimes I will literally like where I'm at like in present day, like I foresee my phone being on do not disturb for at least a month. Just to kind of like, preserve my mental through this holiday season. Like I have priorities and I know that if I don't show up as myself to school, then I'm failing my students. And so if I don't do the necessary things to preserve my mental, I'm failing. And how dare I fail at something I've worked so hard for and prayed so hard for? So yeah,
That's respectable. I mess with it.
thanks. So yeah, they know where to find you. What is it at Kendrick McKnight 30?
That's on TikTok. Yeah, that's
Okay, Instagram.
my Instagram.
K McKnight 30.
Kendrick. No, it's yeah, Kendrick 30 underscore.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then Beneath the Surface podcast on YouTube
yeah.
or
Episode.
wherever you find your podcast.
Yeah.
Just YouTube. It's cool. Speaking things into existence. Eventually, this will be on Apple Music and Spotify and all the things. You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
I appreciate that. Where can people find you strictly on Instagram?
I don't even know my Instagram name. You're going to make me look it up again. Please hold. I was supposed to be prepared for this. Obviously, I'm not. XO dot BMBLBEE. XO dot Bumblebee. It's me.
And you have like a very interesting past of like interesting like profile pictures. Like
Oh
what's
yes.
behind that? Like you have a currently you have a dog.
Yes,
So
on a handstand and a snapback.
yeah, we had SpongeBob before. Uh
Yeah,
or-
SpongeBob was sleeping like a baby.
yeah.
I don't know. Everybody thinks that my page is like a bot or like a fake profile. They think I'm a catfish. It's hilarious.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. It's just like life is not that serious. I mean, it's serious, but like you gotta laugh. And like for me, I will literally go through like Instagram or like TikTok or Facebook or and like see just funny pictures, or I'll be watching a movie. And so, like for instance, my Apple Music profile picture is Timon from The Lion King. I gotta show you it because it's hilarious. Because I looked at it yesterday and I busted out laughing thinking about it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I thought I could show you. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's my profile picture. So it's not just Instagram. It's just like again, like I feel like people take life way too serious and people are so worried about their like how they're portraying themselves on social media. And so me picking like the funniest like memes or gifs or like the funniest stuff for my profile picture is to totally troll people on social media. That it's like I'm a real person. I just joke all day and life's not that serious. Like social media is not that serious. And so that is the story behind like, and I think my TikTok picture is Scar because Lion King's my favorite movie. I think we've talked about this, but like it's Scar. Let me see. I might be able to find it for you. Oh yeah, this one's hilarious. Oh
That's,
no, I just want to view it.
I still haven't seen it.
That's my TikTok profile picture. So like obviously I don't take social media serious. And that's why I have nothing but funny stuff. At least it's funny to me.
Oh, that makes sense. I just figured I asked since we're here. So
Yeah. Why am I trolling people? Let me see if I can find an Instagram picture because that one, ugh, look at him. He's so cute. Like, I have so many pictures of that dog. It's an AI dog. And I think I have one of him yawning. Let me find it. It's the funniest thing. He's so stinking cute. Ye- Do I have? Yes, here he goes. So cute. So yeah, I have literally like I have a separate folder on my phone strictly for memes and gifs. And it's titled For a Rainy Day. Cause like some days are rainy days and you just need a pick me up. And so I have nothing but funny screenshots of stuff that I thought was hilarious one random day. And if I'm having a bad day, I just go to that folder and I just scroll and I have random videos, I have random pictures, random like I don't know, it's just like it's hilarious and it picks me up every single time. So yeah, thanks for asking.
yeah, of course. That's your, I guess, your outlet, I guess, of being funny.
Yes. Don't take life too serious. Take it serious, but don't let it make you too serious.
Yeah,
Because there's too many people that are like all tight. It's like laugh a little bit. Come on. So yeah.
Maybe I need to take that approach sometimes.
I've been telling you that since I've met you. So maybe in 2026, who knows? Maybe that could be your New Year's resolution.
Maybe, maybe. Have you
Hmm.
started your process of getting my shirt?
What?
Have you started the process of getting my shirt?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Have I accomplished that process? No, but I've started it.
That's all that
Listen,
matters.
the Lions haven't been doing so hot, okay? So I have like avoided it like the plague because they're not doing great. They're mad inconsistent, and I'm over it. Like I've
Oh,
actually been following them this year, and they're trash, trash.
you said it. I wasn't going to speak on that.
Typical Detroit.
I wasn't going to
The
speak.
Pistons had a 13-game winning streak,
They lost.
and the star point guard missed the damn free throw, the easiest shot of the game, blew it.
You're
Blew
still.
it.
It's
What?
okay. You guys are still number one. So
Listen, I think I'm going to the game tomorrow. We'll see. I'll report back. It'll be a game time decision.
what game? Oh, Detroit.
The Pistons
Pistons.
game.
What they got?
I just know they're home tomorrow.
Okay. Let me look.
Listen, I follow them, but I don't follow them. Let's see who we play tomorrow. Mm,
The Hawks.
Sounds about right. Yep. 7 p.m. at Little Caesars Arena. What a name.
Yeah. You see that win
I
today? It's okay.
was just about to say Panthers won today, but never mind. They did. Good job.
I was going to text you. I was like, I'll just wait to the podcast.
To see the eye roll in person. Nice. Good
Yeah.
choice. Hmm.
Didn't y'all play Thanksgiving?
Thank you all for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
There we
This has
go.
been Beneath the Surface podcast, where we are unpacking the unseen, one conversation at a time. It's been a pleasure, Kendrick. It's been nice knowing you. Good riddance. Like, if
It
that's
is.
not a send off, I don't know what is.
Yeah. What a way. It's been a solid, what, 8, 9 months, right?
Since when? Of knowing each other? Yes.
March,
9
March,
next
April.
month. Oof, tomorrow is December.
Yeah.
I should probably put up a Christmas tree.
Didn't know
It snuck up on me.
that. Okay. So what is the proper duration that a tree should be up and go down?
Day after Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving after dinner, you can put yours up.
Okay.
Take it down. If you don't take it down on New Year's Day, take it down the first Sunday of the new year.
Why Sunday?
Because you got to start the week off right. Okay. Don't take it into that next week. You're welcome. I'm dropping nuggets.
Last year we kept it up literally all year round. So we
I
didn't feel
thought
like
about it and doing like a themed Christmas tree for each month. So, like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, like spring. birthday month. I thought about it, but that's just like a lot. You gotta redress the tree every month. No, thank you.
That's why you just leave it be.
Mm-mm. Or just take it down. Take it down. Yeah, take it down.
I think before that, like,
Kendrick, please don't
it,
tell me that you got the Christmas tree up still.
yeah, they still do at the house.
No
why?
judgment.
Why take it
Because your
down?
family's probably gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, yo, this girl, never bring her on again.
That's crazy because like my little brother asked about you. Like, when's she coming back on?
What's up, little bro?
Yeah, but yeah, why take it down now? It's about to be Christmas.
I'll leave it up now. Let's take it down first Sunday of the new year. I'll text you and remind you. Hey, go take down the Christmas tree.
This is not my
Go
this is
take
not my
down
house
the
anymore.
Christmas tree. Go help your mom take down the Christmas tree. Tell
We'll
little bro I'm not coming back if that Christmas tree ain't taken down. Like,
I'll make sure that no.
okay. This was fun. I don't know. We'll see if I come back for part three.
We'll see.
I might leave podcasting in 2025. Who knows?
You never, you never know. Wait, you were small, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. When I get my present, I'll do a whole unboxing.
Were you gonna post that on your Instagram?
Yep. Or TikTok. I have never posted on TikTok. Might do
Post
that.
Instagram.
I'll do it on Instagram for sure.
Tag me.
At Kendrick 30 underscore.
There we go.
People don't forget.
Don't forget that. But yeah, you did a pretty good job hosting.
Thanks.
Oh, excuse me, a great job.
Oh my goodness.
Great job.
You do the sign off.
Oh, me?
I tried. Mine didn't work.
I thought you did pretty good.
You do the sign off.
Cool. This was episode 9, which is crazy to say for Beneath the Surface podcast. I have a repeat guest, Miss Bianca, and so, man, this was a pretty good, great conversation. You almost had me there, um, but it's okay. I like that. So, yeah, who knows what we're talking about next time if she comes. If that's a massive like
Major if. I might get canceled after this one.
major if. But yeah, we just gotta pray on that. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until episode 10, yes, sir.